Hi, I'm Kylene with MeetYourPsychic.com, and this is Soul Lessons. Today, we're going to be discussing love spells, the differences and the similarities between spells and affirmations, and how to create and attract a partner into your life. First, let's address the terminology. Language is incredibly important. And so when you are setting an intention for what you're wanting to do, it's vitally important that you communicate, number one, in the language of the universe, that you speak in affirmative terms, and you use words that have the matching power of what you're trying to create. A spell, when you look really at how people use that word and what people assume that it means, it oftentimes is a concept of overpowering another person's free will. A spell is something that I want to create to make something happen the way that I want it to happen, regardless of how it affects other people or how it overrides somebody else's free will, both positive or negative. So it's not that spells do not occur or that there aren't people that do spells, but if you are really wanting to walk a life of integrity, it's a much healthier, much higher frequency choice to use the word affirmations. The difference is that affirmations are a experience of self-creation. It is I want to align myself, my energy, my situation with that which is not in my life right now, but I want to bring into my life. And so I prefer the term affirmation because I feel it has a higher frequency experience. So let's talk about love affirmations. One of the first things that is vitally important to do when you are wanting to create and attract, manifest something into your life is to first identify that which you know does not match you. Human beings gravitate naturally towards the negative. And so it's much easier to start the process by identifying what is it that I have learned that I know does not match me? What attributes in a partner do I know I do not want to experience again? And so the first part of the exercise is to take a piece of paper and to sit down and to write everything you know that doesn't match you. Now, these can be big, huge attributes. They can be very small and detailed. At this stage in the exercise, it's less important about what you write and more important that you just simply get it out of your subconscious and on to the paper to bring it into your physical reality. So this list could be 100 things long. For example, if you know that let's say that you're a very healthy person and you exercise and you eat healthy, and so therefore you want to attract a partner that shares that experience with you. And so let's say that your last partner was somebody who didn't make those choices. Maybe they ate a lot of fried foods, they ate a lot of junk food, maybe they smoked cigarettes. Okay, now these are all personal choices, and it's not there's anything wrong or right with them, but it's about identifying what matches you. So on this list, you're going to write, I don't want a smoker. I don't want somebody who eats junk food. Write all of those don'ts, nots, things that you've learned. If you had an experience where you were cheated on, maybe you want to write that I don't want somebody who cheats on me. Maybe that experience that you had, you learned from watching somebody else. This first list is not just about what you have experienced, but it's about what you have learned, what matches you and what doesn't match you. Even if it is a lesson from an observation of somebody else's experience, somebody else's relationship, your siblings, your friends, your parents, write it down. There's nothing that is unacceptable to put on this first list. Then once you have that, once you have poured out everything that you know that does not match you, set that aside and pull out a new piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, you're going to take everything that was on the first list. And now what you're going to do is you're going to write it in the affirmative. You don't want a smoker. You do want somebody who's a non-smoker. You don't want somebody who doesn't listen to their body. You want somebody who has a healthy communicative relationship with their own physical balance. And so you're going to carefully choose the words to make sure that everything that you write on this second list is written in the affirmative, that you have a really clear vision of what do I know matches me? What am I seeking in a partner? So now you've got your list of what you don't want, and then you turn it into the affirmative of what you do want. And now you're going to narrow it down. It's kind of like when you create your list, This would be nice if this person had all these attributes, but now I'm going to narrow them down to the ones that I know are a make or break. You're going to narrow them down to that top 10. These are the 10 attributes that I now know through my experience of life that matches me. I know that I want somebody who is this particular way. And when you write those down, let's say, for example, one thing that's important to you is financial balance, okay? Explain what does that mean? Because just because somebody makes a lot of money does not mean that they're in financial balance. Just as if they don't make a lot of money doesn't mean they're not in financial balance. And so be specific. What do you mean by each definition, by each explanation? Be clear with the universe. These are the attributes that I know if a person shows up in my life, they are going to match me. So once you've got that list, the next step is to make sure that you're living it. What do I mean by that? Well, like attracts like, and it doesn't mean that you have to seek or attract a partner who's exactly like you. In fact, oftentimes opposites attract. However, you have to be in the same frequency space. For example, let's go back to the financial balance. If financial balance is important to you, and you've got that on your top 10 list, you're seeking a partner that is in a state of financial balance, then you have to make sure that you are living that experience as well. If you are seeking a partner who has a good relationship with their family, then make sure that you're doing that same thing too. It's about being in integrity. When you seek a partner, when you look to attract somebody into your life, you want to make sure that you are as whole and as complete as possible so you can attract that type of person into your life. Because if you are seeking to find somebody who's going to come in and fix your life, you're going to find that you're going to attract a person into your life that is also in that dysfunctional space. And so live your truth. Make sure that if it's on that list, you are in a place of integrity, that you are already resonating in that space, that you're living in that frequency. Then, once you have that list and you have identified what you don't want, you've identified what you do want, you've narrowed it down to your top 10, and you've done each of these steps in writing, much more powerful when you write it down, and you've identified where you can improve, how you can be in a place of integrity, matching all of the things that are in this list, then the next step, very important, is to set it aside. Your job, your goal is to identify what you want, to clearly communicate that to the universe. Make sure that you are living, existing in that frequency space, and then surrender. Give the universe options, opportunities, possibilities of how to connect those people with you, but it is not your job to figure out how or when or who or where or any of those details. Leave that to the universe. Identify what you want, communicate it to the universe, and then let the universe bring you those gifts, those experiences. Now, when you go out on dates and you come home, look at your list. As I'm getting to know this person, I've started to identify, oh, you know what? I already know based on the 3, 4, 5 dates that we've been on, that this person matches 7 out of 10 things. That's pretty good. Okay, but that's still a C. Do you really want to settle? Relationships are so complex and challenging and amazing. But if you settle, if you go, well, this is close enough, then what you're saying to the universe is, I am not worthy of receiving everything that I've asked for. Now look at your top 10 list. And if they don't match what you're looking for, they can be friends with benefits, but move on. Every time the universe sends you a 6 or a 7 and you say no, and you say, you know what, this person was interesting and they were fun, but I know that these little parts about them are going to be a source of conflict. I've already learned that from my past experiences. I don't need to learn it again. And you send them on their way. You're telling the universe, thank you. I am grateful that you sent me this person. I recognize that they're not everything that I'm looking for. And so I appreciate the experience, but I say no, and I'm wanting to say yes. I'm looking for that person that is matching. And every time that you say no to a person or a situation that doesn't match what you're looking for, you are strengthening that belief, that knowingness that you're worthy. And that is such a key to manifesting exactly what you're looking for. You have to have patience. It's vital that you have patience and trust that you are cared for, and belief and the knowingness that you are worthy. you are deserving, and you are loved. The last part of the process of manifesting, and honestly, this sometimes can be the most difficult, especially with dating. I know I'm already hearing you groan. Dating is horrible. However, it's the necessary evil, as they say. It is the steps that you have to take in order to get to the point of the experience that you're looking for. However, if you go about dating and turn it into a goal oriented or end game oriented experience, you are missing the point. This is a journey. And if you can make the conscious decision, if you can make the choice, and it is a choice, to be in joy, to enjoy the process, even when it is not necessarily easily enjoyable, you're going to find that you're going to manifest much quicker. And the person that you manifest is going to be much more tied into what it is that you're looking for. Because when you are in joy, when you are in that space of enjoyment, it raises your frequency. The higher your frequency is, the easier it is to manifest, the easier it is to accept gifts from the universe. More importantly, the easier it is to identify when something's coming your way and it's exactly what you've asked for. So make that commitment, make that choice, make that decision to be in joy. Enjoy the experience of manifesting. Enjoy creating your list. Enjoy going out on those dates. Recognize that I am in the process of attracting the person in my life that matches me, that has these attributes, Hold that energy. Hold that knowingness that you are watched over, that you are protected, and that you are loved. Happy manifesting. And again, this is Kylene from meetyourpsychic.com with Soul Lessons. And don't forget to subscribe.